Starbucks cup's a little in shot.
What? Oh, keeps reappearing.
I didn't notice any other
No, I don't think I had any major
massive
flubs.
failures.
Yeah.
They. Speaking of which, because I mentioned my to-go cup in the vlog, right?
Yeah.
And Starbucks is not accepting those anymore.
Yeah.
So they will again, but not right now.
It's funny that this is the year, right?
I believe the correct play is I'm supposed to not actually get a coffee and just make coffee here is actually what I should have done.
If that's what you feel like, yeah.
But dicks out for coronavirus. No, stop.
It's funny. It's funny they say that
Look,
because
as long as you don't touch your face,
Just
whatever.
Wash your hands, then whip your dick out.
Yeah. It's funny they say that because I made that joke last night while we were writing the bit. So.
Yeah, you did say dicks out for coronavirus.
I did, yeah. So,
Hey, Pornhub has decided to give out free.
Gonna go ahead and stop local recording.
Go for it.
Yeah,
free Pornhub Premium to Italians.
the most passionate of.
It just seems kind of reckless in a toilet paper shortage. Though apparently, according to Italians in the Reddit thread I was reading, the weird
toilet paper rush.
weird public panic that seems to be fixated on toilet paper is not occurring in Italy.
No, it's they're a much more civilized culture, and they actually have bidets in most of their bathrooms. I'm sure. Yes. Oh man, that was a weird flex, but it felt great.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's so warm, and yeah.
We were having a conversation among our friends about how toilet paper is kind of being eaten up across the all the different places where we live, and then I just posted a picture of my new Toto washlet, and I was like, "Fuck you, proles!" Like, I spent a lot of money on that, but boy, am I not regretting it.
Regretting.
I'm not regretting it at all.
I don't regret my Toto washlet. And now the moving of the microphones.
Arclight says I'm in the pocket of Big Bidet, and really that's kind of what it feels like when you sit down on one of those things. It's like coming home.
No, Big Bidet is in your pocket.
I feel like there's some sort of ironic comeuppance that's going to be like, oh no, I'm drowning because of I can't turn off my bidet.
Help,
I sat here
my butt's so clean.
Yeah,
I sat here all night.
Help! If only I had some toilet paper in order to sop up this extra water.
The thing is powerful too. When I tested it out, it didn't lift the lid, but I turned it on while I had the lid shut, and I was like, because this will be a way just to see what it'll actually like. If the spray, because I want to know if the spray would work, and I'm like, oh well, let's just shut the lid and turn it on, and you have to push down on it as well because the thing only activates when you sit on it. It's got
smart. It's genius.
It doesn't quite sit fully on the bowl. The moment you sit down, it lowers to the bowl, and that's what causes the switch to engage. So it's kind of smart that way. So you can't run it just by.
I'm coming over sometime.
You have to try it.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, if you have the means, I recommend it.
I very much want to.
If you have the beans, I recommend it.
Well, we did get the plug installed.
Oh, that's good.
The electrical outlet when we moved in, we got them to put an outlet where it would need to be. We just don't have the actual
device
washlet. Yeah.
I was actually just planning on buying one of the cold water ones and just kind of gritting my teeth and kind of lumberjacking my way through it. But
lumberjack, just
no, lumberjacks known for their usage of bidets
with ice cold water. Yeah, absolutely.
Get down in the morning. You gotta break the ice on the top of your bidet, and then
wipe your ass with pine boughs.
It's like, it's all frosted over. Get the credit card. Scrape off your bidet.
See, my seat is heated.
Oh,
yeah. Oh. And it pre-mists.
Does it? I don't know what that means.
So some of the higher end models, when you sit down,
amazing,
can spray mist inside the bowl. Bye, Paul. Bye forever. It sprays mist inside the bowl so that you don't have a dry spot. So that if anything hits the side of the bowl,
I see.
it will
All
not
right,
stick.
all right. Okay. Does it have the button that makes terrible noise?
No, it does not.
Okay,
It doesn't
good.
sing to you.
No. When we went to Japan, the one in the work hotel that we stayed at our first night in Osaka was the button. It was like a musical note or something.
Yeah.
But you played it, and it was just like loud waterfall noises.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it's like, cool. So now no one can hear me pooping, but people in the rooms on either side of us know that we're pooping.
Yeah.
Because this is so loud.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't really understand. I don't think that's better.
There is a deodorizer it built into mine, which works really well. I was surprised, but I turned it off pretty fast because when you sit down, it just starts running, and it's just like the whole time I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I feel like I'm letting everybody know that something is happening. The people above and below me are just knowing that something is happening in my bathroom.
They probably have no idea what it could be.
It's true, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
in the video game related news,
Yeah. Let's start with the Doomicorn. Yeah. So I mean, obviously the joke went even further in the actual thing, but I do find cosmetics for first person kind of odd. Like cosmetics for your character in a first person game, not like I didn't use skins in Overwatch or like make my character look how I wanted to in PUBG or whatever. But, being like, check it out, you can now make your Doomslayer look like all these different things. And it's like, okay, I guess. And they showed in the thing that it, like in Doom, you do see a lot more of your character than most first person shooters, like his arm is doing stuff and all that.
I mean,
of
the
things.
2016 Doom had all sorts of skins too. It didn't have like so much the goofy ones, but it had like regular, like different colors and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like that they're very clear on what the game is, right? That they're not like super serious about it.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Now, this is just as an aside, and I don't want to go too deep on it because Beej and I were discussing this last night and trying to figure this out. But like, okay, the Doomicorn skin, the like weird white and pink unicorn one, is a Twitch Prime exclusive. Who pays for this? Right? Is this something Twitch is paying for to offer more exclusive content if you join Twitch Prime? Is this something ID is paying for as a marketing tool for Doom because they know that Twitch will promote it? Or is this like a mutual beneficial thing? Because it's like somebody's paying for this. Right. But I don't know which direction the money is going for this, or if they're just sort of like
there's a lot of Twitch exclusive skins. So
yeah. But is that something that Twitch is doing to entice people to join Twitch Prime, or is that something that the companies are being like, hey, Twitch, we'll give you, we'll pay you to have this skin as a Twitch Prime thing, so that Twitch promotes it.
I would imagine it's probably a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Right?
And it's kind of
It's like at the end of the day, does no money actually change hands?
Yeah, because I was kind of like, I feel like the way it works is that you not only have to like have Twitch Prime to get that skin, but you also have to have Doom Eternal to get that skin for it to be worth anything. So if both people are getting paid, then does it largely matter? Like, would money ever have to change hands in the first place? Because and usually, I mean, it always is like the company that approaches the other company is the one who always ends up paying. So you always have that kind of brinksmanship thing of like, we want to do a thing, but we don't want to have to pay for it. So how do we entice them into coming to us to say, let's do a thing?
Account Made for Ants says, I recall when Android had a version called KitKat, and KitKat had Android-shaped chocolate bars, and apparently neither was paying each other.
So it stands to reason it works out that way.
Yeah.
That's surprising KitKat would have done that.
I mean, they do both benefit, like I said, right? Like, Twitch gets to be like, look, join Twitch Prime, get this cool thing. And gets to be like, gets to free marketing from Twitch, I guess, and CheckPoint.
Also, when Android had Oreo, I don't think Nabisco was terribly happy about that.
And Nabisco sucks.
Yeah, right. That's always been the case.
Yeah.
But
no, wait. Nestle.
Well, Nestle also sucks, and they make
Yes.
Kit Kats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's tough.
Irritating. Anyway.
We could name a lot of companies that suck. Like we could be here all day.
Oh my God. Yeah. Settle in. No.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
GameStop.
Yeah. It's shout out to James, by the way, for the punchline of this story. Basically, the like, look, if Reggie can make GameStop into a if human beings can make GameStop become a company we care about again, then there's nothing we can't achieve as a species.
Yeah.
And it's like,
This is mostly one of those things where it's just like, but he was free.
yeah, like
He
you said, he
didn't-
really didn't have to.
Yeah, like he didn't. I mean, he was, very successful in marketing stuff for a quite beloved company.
Yeah.
And sort of went out on top, and everyone was like, "Yeah, good job." And it's like, why not only go back into like marketing thing, but go back into a kind of thankless area. Like it's not like everyone's going to be super stoked about even if GameStop does succeed. Like the top end of like the best case scenario for GameStop is still not great.
Well, and also like the real story is really that GameStop has had a massive shakeup of their board for one thing. The board of directors, you got to think of them as they're a steering committee. They don't actually make the day-to-day executive decisions, the executable decisions, right?
Yeah.
They're the ones who are saying, we like how things are going. You're making decisions that make sense. So that's why you see people who always have like their names is like, I'm the CEO and chairman of the board, because it's like, yes, you're the person who's doing all the top end work in the company who's saying, yes, I agree with those decisions, but I'm also the chairman because I don't want these people telling me that I'm doing a bad job of what it is that I'm doing, right? So this is one of those things where it's like they got Reggie to join, and that was really just a huge PR move on their part. And for him, it's like, I get a directorship at a company that kind of does matter in a way, and
He's probably not actually doing that much work.
he's the bulk of what he's going to have to do. He's currently on the corporate governance committee. And they just changed. They added new corporate governance rules as part of the whole thing, which is apparently taking down the board tenure to about 5 years on average.
I thought you said 1 year on average.
Well, the median is currently 1 year because of the overturn.
Because it used to be 8.
Yeah, and so now it's like we're going to actually pull tenure down to closer to 5 years. So Reggie's probably just going to be in this position for 5 years and be done.
Doodles the Great brings up a good point. If GameStop goes down the toilet, no one's going to blame Reggie for it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Of course.
Kathy Vraybeck, by the way, who we'd never heard of before, Beach just thought it would be funny to be like, shout out Lady V. She used to be the president of publishing at Activision.
Oh.
Activision Blizzard. Actually, in 2000, we found a press. We were like, who is this person? We looked it up. There was a press release from 2003 of Activision Blizzard announcing that they were like combining different arms of the company into just publishing, and she was the president. So she's got,
some gaming related cred.
Oh
definitely.
yeah, big time. She's been in gaming for a long time.
worked for EA.
Mostly, it's just that she's also on the board of Corn Ferry.
Which it's
It's
like,
just a funny name.
which is it's not Corn Ferry. It's a last name Corn, last name Ferry.
Yeah.
Like
It's an HR firm.
like
Yeah.
HR firm.
Yeah. But
It's not
Corn
like
Ferry.
there's somebody who specializes in ferrying the band Corn around.
No.
I don't know what.
Because it is spelled Korn.
Yeah.
Ferry. Yeah. But it's
Thank
just
you
like-
for finding the graphic too. That was aces, because it does. When you look at it, you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Like,
Corn Ferry. What? Yeah. Yeah, GameStop is. Alchemical Panda says, I was in a GameStop yesterday. It was super weird. It is super weird. It's like half Funko Pops and like weird. Because GameStop bought ThinkGeek and then
Which
consumed it.
I mean,
And shut it down, and then was like, no, this is all us now.
Yeah, I was gonna say for at least 2 or 3 years, ThinkGeek was the only thing that GameStop had that was making money.
Mm-hmm. And then they killed it.
Yeah, I was gonna say in relevance to what we talked about, or what Beej and Heather were talking about in the CheckPoint last week because the other GameSpot news. Or no, this was 2 weeks ago.
yeah, I did
The other
a thing.
Yeah, the other GameSpot news was that GameStop was talking about they were testing out these like kind of
teen zone stores.
Yeah, these stores that were basically like places for people to get together and like play video games and that kind of stuff, right? Which, of course, at the moment, is probably not a great business model to be going into. When people are being discouraged from gathering in large groups.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Sievert Schreiber. Yeah, we don't know what we haven't decided what, if anything, to do with channel points yet. We're gonna we'll figure that out eventually. Like many things that Twitch does, they don't tell us about these things in advance, and they just sort of go, "Here's this feature. It's active now," and we have to go. And frankly, it's kind of low on our list at the moment.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm fine with
we haven't even come up
sunglasses.
We haven't even come up with a funny name for them yet. NFL 2K. Yeah. So this is weird. Ars Technica, who I quite like, has a big article about this where they're basically like, "What does this mean? We also don't know." And it goes into sort of like the history of it. But yeah, there used to be you had Madden NFL, made by EA, and NFL 2K, made by 2K, and they were both official NFL games. And then NFL 2K 5 was like budget priced at like $20, and that forced Madden to price themselves down at like $30 that year, and it was like bad for everybody. And then NFL was like, we're no longer licensing 2K to make NFL games. It's all EA now, and they've been, like I said, they've been churning out the Maddens every year.
And I remember at the time, because of course
Moon Units, that's good actually.
Because of course we were doing ENN at that point, I think.
Yeah.
But I remember it being somewhat controversial that
there be exclusive.
That they were actually like not just like pulling the license from one company, but they were actually like exclusively licensing, which meant that it's like it's like
it's a monopoly.
Yeah, that they had effectively given a monopoly to 2K or not to
EA.
EA, because nobody would be making a football game if they couldn't use the NFL stuff.
Exactly.
And in fact, some people have tried in the last couple of years and it hasn't worked out great.
Yeah.
They did make, I believe, I can't remember actually because there was NFL Blitz, which was originally made by Midway and then later did get made by EA. And I'm trying to remember it because they made Blitz the League and then Blitz 2 the League, but it wasn't NFL Blitz, and I wonder if that was actually licensed. Anyway, the point is, Madden is still continuing to happen as Madden does, officially licensed by the NFL, but 2K now has a license to make an NFL football game, but not a simulation game, and no one understands what that means. And especially because previously when they have tried, when anyone has tried to be like, oh, well, we'll do like NFL Blitz and we'll make it like really over the top and violent and extreme and everything. And every time, way back when Midway was doing it, up to the most recent iteration, which was NFL Blitz 2012, the NFL was like, you guys need to tone it down.
Because, also, at least at the moment, the 2K does not have the license from the Players Union, which is sort of the second, because the NFL and the NFL Players Union is actually two separate entities.
Yeah, so 2K can use the arenas and the teams.
And the team names and the team logos and everything, but not the actual players.
So I'm looking forward to Bobson Dugnut making a return.
Yeah, Bobson Dugnut.
But what's also funny, like I didn't realize because there's obviously the football team manager type stuff is also built into Madden, where it's like you can just simulate a team and then just let the computer decide how things are going to go, and you play it like you would play like Football Manager from like the old days. And Beef Tank, yes,
Clarence Beef Tank, Sleeve McDickle.
But there is a game I didn't know called NFL Head Coach, and I saw John Boyce and Kofi, I forget his last name.
Annan?
No, it's not Kofi Annan, and not Kingston either. But John and Kofi did a series for SB Nation called Fumble Dimension, where they simulated what if we ran an entire season where a guy could only do one play, And the best way to simulate that was using this thing like called NFL Head Coach. And I'm like, I'd never heard of this game before, but it's basically meant to let you coach a team, but not actually control a team. And so that's yet another like simulation aspect of a game where it's like they still won't have access to that kind of thing. And I'm like, so what's next? Like, what if, because what kind of football game do you make where you can't simulate the game of football, like real simulate the game of football? So you make something like Blitz. Or is there like a completely different way to look at things you can do with NFL teams that has nothing to do with actual football? Like, what if the NFL...
It's a match 3.
Yeah, right?
Just like weird mobile games.
Yeah. What if it's like a Magical Girl Raising Project thing where like each of them is just the cute anime girl incarnation of like the Tennessee Titans or some shit.
Actually, you know what I didn't actually check in the article is if this is actually going to be a new NFL 2K game, or if it's just that 2K has an NFL license and everyone is going, oh, so new NFL 2K. Like maybe that's not even their intent. Maybe they're just going to be making different NFL themed games.
Yeah.
Like
a Diablo 3 alike, but it uses like NFL teams to be like who the players are or something.
I'm looking it up.
That's kind of wild. Like, I mean, NFL rhythm game, sure, why not?
Also, obviously with the like 2K Blitz or whatever, I know that there's the excessive violence aspect of it. That being said, I'm actually I have a great fondness for Blood Bowl. Should we put that video up or the image up? I actually played Blood Bowl like the like physical game when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I haven't actually played in the online version or the digital versions of it, but it was like a lot of like it's basically they superimpose the sort of certain aspects of football onto just a game of Warhammer. So you're literally like killing each other and like fighting, and if you get the ball into the end zone, then that's like nice. But it's easier to do if the other team is entirely dead.
Right. Exactly.
So there's actually nothing in the wording that suggests it will be an NFL 2K game. It's just that 2K now has a license to make NFL stuff. When asked for comment, EA's response, by the way, was EA Sports is the exclusive publisher of NFL simulation games, and our partnership with the NFL and the NFL Players Union remains unchanged. Our agreements have always allowed for non-exclusive development of non-simulation games on various platforms. Business.
Yeah. Looking forward to that court case, as you say.
Yeah, I hope that, EA is going to be like, that's simulation.
Yep.
Like, anyway.
Other news.
Then E3 got canceled.
And E3 and various other things got canceled.
Yeah. I did want to make that clear.
And I'm sure that the things that will be canceled was probably going to continue going up.
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of now braced for the fact that and I don't think it was E3 was the thing that did it. I just think that there has been so many things and that's why I wanted to not just mention because it started with GDC, and then I said Google I/O, but then it's like Coachella. And it's like I didn't mention that because it was I didn't mention it because it's like that's not a gaming event. I mentioned
but it's big.
Yeah, it's like it's a big deal.
Yeah, and
there's going to be more of those big deals.
A mentor points out that currently still scheduled to be happening is Gamescom, which is like
even bigger.
It's a hygienic cessmire at the best of times. Like I'm fascinated to find out what happens there.
Also, it's worth noting that as well as all the the plethora of company name direct that are happening, sort of. Apparently, E3 has also been talking about having some sort of online thing as well, streaming thing. And I think
a bunch of influencers.
And I think that might be something that could happen, in the next couple months. That we're gonna see, conferences might try to sort of up into a
Digital.
digital streaming only version.
There was
So keep an eye out for that. You might not. What I'm saying is that you might not be completely deprived.
Yeah, like Kotaku had a roundup of here's what all the biggest companies had to say about E3 being canceled, and it's like Microsoft is like, there'll be a digital Xbox event. We'll let you know what's happening in a few weeks. Nintendo's like, we've always been doing this. Ubisoft is the same way. Who else was on that list? Devolver Digital was even like, we're genuinely bummed to see E3 done. And I'm like, no, you're not.
Well, no, they are, because now they can't make fun of it.
That's fair, I guess.
Devolver Digital is just like, well, now we have 40 tons of pudding that we have to figure out what to do with.
Exactly, right?
We had this whole plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like this is we're all kind of in this together. It's affecting everybody, and it's gonna have effects on the hospitality industry. It's gonna have effects on travel. I was actually considering seeing if I could buy tickets to Japan, like buy them now, but go in December, because I'm like, maybe everything will blow over by December. Maybe I'll hedge my bets, but
because we don't know about the Olympics.
Right, and that has to be like at some point. The Tokyo Olympic Committee, they're going to have to be like, I don't think we do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been talk of it already. But.
Yeah.
DJ Alternative was asking, I actually just checked with James, because we haven't actually announced anything formally. The Ikoria pre-release still happening. The current plan is it's going to be a loading ready run pre-release, and we'll see if anything changes in the next 4 weeks. So, but we'll be broadcasting something that day. So. All right, other news. Speaking of keeping it digital, actually, the coming up Discord has apparently they say temporarily upgraded their screen sharing, but maybe it'll stick around.
Yeah.
But so that now 50 concurrent viewers for Discord screen sharing, which seems like a lot.
It seems like the kind of thing, like because it was previously maxed out at 10, and now it's 50. It seems like the kind of thing that you do as kind of like basically like a soft launch of setting it to 50, because like that's to me like that's such a big jump that clearly they have the infrastructure to do that already, and they were probably planning on doing some sort of upgrade anyway, and this allows them to kind of put it out there, and if they do have a problem with their infrastructure and have to pull it back, they can do that and not lose face on it.
Kathleen noticed last night that the homepage at slack.com had rebranded, not rebranded, had redone slightly their like wording and stuff about like, hey, it's you work with your team from anywhere. And then I got an email this morning from Dropbox that's like all your files wherever you're doing work, and it's like all these
online collaboration things are like, yay!
Yeah, they're like, hey,
this is our time.
Yeah.
All right, other news. There's a new WoW raid, or one of the newer WoW raids,
right?
For the latest expansion, is causing some problems because WoW raids, if you don't know, are available in various different skill levels, right? So there's like a mythic version of it, a heroic version, a normal version, and the looking for raid version, which is the like, I don't actually have a raid group,
right? So
I'm just going to get put together with a bunch of randos. So it's like the easiest level of it,
right?
The problem is that basically, this particular raid has actually received some criticism that it was too easy on Mythic, like that the Mythic teams were like, this is kind of not that interesting.
All right,
but the problem with this particular raid is that even on the easiest mode, there's a floor to how easy it can be, because this particular monster. So the big boss guy of this thing is this sort of eldritch horror kind of entity that controls people's minds.
Okay.
And you go. So basically, as soon as you go into the fight, he mind controls everybody, and they all fight each other, unless you have this like cape of anti-mind control, which is a fairly easy item to have, and you're expected to have that at that point.
Right.
The problem is if you're just grouping up with grouping up with a bunch of other randos who doesn't actually know what how the raid works. It's entirely possible that either you don't have that cape because they allow you to go into the fight without that cape, or you didn't know that you were supposed to equip that cape before the fight. So it's basically, the idea is like, it's not that hard to fight if you've got the right item.
Right.
If you don't have the right item, you just get completely roasted immediately. And there's nothing to tell people that they have to have that item before they go. So basically what happens is you go in, and then a bunch, like half your team who didn't know they have to have that item equipped
just turns on you
and starts killing you. And then like, so your thing wipes and you lose a bunch of people. And because it's a looking for raid level of thing, a bunch of new randos come in, some of all who may also not know that you're supposed to have this item in order to do the fight properly.
Great.
Space Carl says they've hot fixed it so that you now have to have the cloak to queue.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
All right, folks, let's do this. Woomph. Oh.
Who could have guessed?
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway.
Gears of War is getting a card game.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Gears of War, the card game.
Good name.
Yeah.
Cards of War.
That
Come
was
on.
that was almost our coming up.
Yeah.
I like what we did better.
Steamforged is making it, and apparently, so there's very little information about it actually. But the Kotaku article mentions that the underlying engine to the game was created by Tyler Bielman, I assume former Magic the Gathering designer.
All right.
Not someone I've actually heard of by name, for whatever that matters. And yeah, it's a story-driven campaign-style card game, and you play as the Coalition or the Horde. And
I believe this is actually like, we're talking physical
really?
card game, I think.
I thought it was digital. Anyway,
Maybe.
It's coming out later this year. That's all we know. Are the cards in the shape of gears? No, they're just normal cards.
That's too bad. Cards of Gears of War.
The question is,
there's
if you're talking about in the context of like Magic, I feel like just one dude, just like Marcus Phoenix, should be like considered to be like a meld card because he's so wide.
Yeah.
You have to put two cards together to make
So
him.
the card,
Otherwise his shoulders don't fit in.
the card images that they've released so far. So there's a tactic, which looks like a card type, a tactic called Respawn, which requires 3 or 4, whatever
Like mana type thing.
yeah, whatever the resource is, and the card going down. I don't know what that means either. And it says move a unit from your discard pile to the reserve, right? Like respawn. There's a reaction called Rush, which is any amount of cards. I'm not sure. I don't think that's actually a resource. I'm not sure what that means. A locust unit gains +2/+2. You may discard a card. So that's interesting. But there's like, a boomer unit who is a 5/5.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And a drone, which is a 2-something you can't read at all. Anyway, so yeah,
Do they look like digital cards, or
it looks digital.
Okay. Maybe it is digital. For some reason I had the impression that it was a physical thing. Maybe not.
A tactic called Battle Plans. You may draw up to 3 cards.
Well, that's clearly broken.
Yes.
Ban it immediately.
Ban that. Yeah, ban this sick filth.
Draw 3 cards is always broken. It doesn't matter what card game, what format, what the actual rules are.
Has just saying boomer now resulted in it's just the meme where the responses just go okay. Like the way it is, it's like, oh, I drop something on the floor and everyone goes F.
These are all things that can happen.
Yeah, they're all triggerable shibboleths.
That might be Call of Duty's most enduring
Legacy.
pop culture legacy.
Yep. Making light of the horrible death, horrible tragedies.
Trying to find a way to be like, you don't have to pay respects, but we want to give you a way that you could trigger that.
But
if
you do,
wanted
though.
to. Yeah.
You don't have a choice. You can't advance the game if you don't.
Yeah, so you have to be like,
You
I
have to press F to pay respect.
So I will pay respect by, I've hit a key, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
Other stuff. So there's a hack in Escape from Tarkov, which is so there's a new sort of glitch hack, whatever you want to call it, that allows people to steal from other people. So if you don't, so it's one of the Escape from Tarkov is a battle royale-esque game.
Yeah.
But one of the things
which has apparently seen a lot of improvement since I played it once some years back.
One of the things that is relatively innovative in it is that you can drop into the game already like equipped.
Ooh.
Basically, you can bring in equipment, but if you lose that equipment in it's sort of persistent equipment.
Okay.
And you can like buy stuff and be like ready. So, which is one of those things where it's like can be good, but on the other hand, it means that a lot of the people you fight, like if people are way more experienced in the game, they're going to be like way out ahead sometimes. But anyway,
So steal their shit.
So yeah, the problem that has been run into is that there's been people can figure out how to hack the game, and they figure out the best way the best usage of these hacking things is you can basically become invisible and then pickpocket people. And the great thing about this from a perspective of somebody who doesn't play this and just has watched videos of this is that what this ends up being is you'll have like the video I saw was like two people, because it's first person, so it's like one person looking at another person and then looking at themselves because they just stuff just starts disappearing from their butt. Basically, you're like standing there and somebody starts picking your pocket, but they're invisible, so you can't see them.
Right.
And so you just get stripped naked while you're standing there.
All your things,
all your stuff gets taken away.
and it's
Wow.
not like a ghost carries it off, right? Like it's literally like it disappears from your body.
It's like, dude, what happened to your backpack? What? I lost my back. What happened to your backpack? Oh no, where's my gun? What happened to you? And so like the video I saw, the two guys are like, they were not it was not English, and so they're just like yelling back. They're yelling back and forth, and they both end up just like dropping grenades at their feet and blowing themselves up, so they stopped like losing stuff.
Wow.
Like they just wanted to like drop out and like kill themselves so that they didn't lose all their like good stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Apparently, they've patched Tarkov this morning, so that might be something that they patched. And Brozard points out, speaking of weird glitches.
Oh, apparently they don't even need to be closed. They actually can be hiding in a closet, so they can do it remotely.
Oh gosh. Wow. There's some weird glitches in Destiny right now, where if a player in a Gambit match levels up, that like if
During the match.
if a player happens to defeat enough enemies, because Gambit is a PvE and PvP mode.
Okay.
Where there's two teams in separate arenas, basically racing to defeat enemies.
Okay.
As fast as they can, and there are moments where you can travel between arenas and actually directly attack the other team.
Interesting.
But it's mostly PvE. And if you crest a level up during the match just ends. The match crashes.
Oh, okay, good. It's not like it's like, something has happened, so the match will end. It's like literally, it's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So that's
wild.
So that's exciting.
So I imagine a bunch of people are getting to the where it's like, okay, I'm going to get all the way up to the point where I'm almost ready to level up. I'll watch my experience meter, whatever. Time to Gambit.
Thing is, you don't gain anything from doing that.
No.
Right? Because it's like
everyone fell out of the match. Now we have to play another one.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you
people go in with completed bounties and redeem them for the experience in the match. Because you can turn in a bounty from anywhere. It's like when you complete it, it sits in your bounty thing until you actually redeem it, and then you get experience. So, but why? Why are people just for grief? Okay, cool. Well.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hey, speaking of things that give you grief, Beach, tell me how you feel about Palmer Luckey.
Jesus. Oh God.
What?
I'm going somewhere with this.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Is there a new thing for him?
So
no,
I don't. For people who are unaware of who Palmer Luckey is, he's kind of that. I don't remember the reasons why, but man, when I read a lot of things about him, I was like, he seems like a bit of a douche.
Initial founder of Oculus.
Exactly, right? But it's
He
like
was the guy in the polo shirt and bare feet doing that jump on the cover of Time. Was it Time?
I think it was Time magazine because VR is the next big thing, and look at this guy, and it was like I seem to remember him buying a lot of ads because he's like, lol, it'd be funny if we could get like if we could like do like ad fake news or like do whatever. He would basically like effed around a lot, and I'm not. He seems like a bit of a dink.
Anyway,
and maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know, but he seems like a bit of a dink.
That's the guy.
So he won an auction.
Yeah. So there was an auction for a working prototype of a Nintendo PlayStation.
And for the people who don't remember why that exists, it's because when Nintendo wanted to take the Super Nintendo to its next level, they went to Sony and said, let's collaborate. And then that all blew up. But there were prototype units, and he bid $360,000 and won that. I don't know if it's going to charity. I think part of it was like being redirected to what I think it was like a buyer's fee you had to pay on top of it or some shit like that. But whatever, he paid that money. He now owns a Nintendo PlayStation that's nearly in working order.
It is said to be the last remaining prototype.
Yes, because nobody's found another one anywhere.
Yeah. So apparently, and the story goes that basically Nintendo was going to said they were going to work with Sony, and Sony developed this Nintendo PlayStation.
Yeah.
And then at CES, the Computer Electronics Show that year, Nintendo was like, we're going to be working on our next generation console with Philips. And Sony were like, well, what? And then they continued and did work with Philips. And then Sony was like, well, now we have this PlayStation.
Yeah. I guess we will
and it worked out pretty well for them.
Make it a little bit different, and it'll actually be a real thing. And
The Verge says Greg McLemore won it.
So why were we seeing this other thing that said that this dude won it?
Well,
interesting.
Well, then that's completely unrelated to the story, and Palmer Lucky's a wiener.
I do appreciate that it was apparently this prototype was originally owned by the former Sony Computer Entertainment America president, Olaf Olafsson. Oh, yeah. Olaf, son of Olaf.
Oh, he was... Okay, so Palmer was like... He was saying, no one will ever defeat me. I will totally win this thing, and somebody else won this thing. So that's why he's part of the story. So that should have... You know what? Here's what I think. There's no reason why his name ever should have been in the fucking story in the first place if he didn't win it then. What does it matter? What does it matter that he...
Well, it's not even in the version that Paul put in our document. It's just you brought that up last night.
Because I'd seen it as a thing.
I just wanted to give you an opportunity to vent about it.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Well, I'm glad he didn't win.
Yeah.
So. What a fool tweeting about it, being like, I'm the highest bidder. Who's going to beat me?
Yeah. Like...
And I know that's how you win auctions is you just keep it on the DL.
We don't know anything about Greg McLemore. He could be a wiener as well. He might also be a really chill guy.
He founded Pets.com, so presumably he lost a bunch of money at some point.
Yeah.
But then I must have gained a bunch of money back, so I guess he's good at business at least.
Yeah.
Maybe he sold it before the
bubble
stuff happened.
Yeah.
Also, the weird thing is that the Nintendo PlayStation prototype doesn't actually play any CDs back. Like you can't. It doesn't play anything. I think there's...
What does it mean, working prototype? Can you play anything on it?
You can turn it on, and I believe because it is essentially a Super Nintendo with a CD unit grafted to it, because that was supposed to be the original plan anyway, there is a Super Nintendo port on top, and so I believe you can insert a cartridge and play stuff. You can play Super Famicom things on it.
So you just bought like a $300,000 Super Nintendo.
Essentially, with Sony branding in certain spots, and that you can put CDs into and watch it say, this doesn't work. And you're like, aha, it doesn't work.
Call of Duty Blackout is a new...
What is this?
Not Blackout. Sorry, Warzone.
Oh,
Warzone.
Blackout was the
sort of
version with Black Ops. Call of Duty Warzone.
It's like the new Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. It's free. Like, you don't have to own Call of Duty to have it. 150 players, and it's...
Is that the highest now?
Yeah.
That's the largest number of players?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And it's, it looks nice.
And it's teams of 3.
It's made by looks like it's made competently.
So
Is
it's
it
actually-
always? Can you still run solos?
No, I think it's only teams of. So it's like 50 teams of 3.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
And
anyway, it came out and it's been very popular for the past couple days. Anyway,
yeah. And apparently there's one of the sort
it's a
of
huge map.
yeah, and it sort of has a lot of sort of streamlined stuff. Like there isn't a lot of like inventory management type stuff in it, where you sort of have to like pick up a bunch of stuff
Good.
and then go into your inventory and like put it into different places. Like they're only like a couple different things that you can get. So
You can run less than 3, but everyone else will. Okay, so you can run solos, but you'll be versus 3-player teams.
yeah,
Well,
clear.
that's what the streamers will be doing, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's a huge download. If you don't already have Call of Duty, it's like 180 gigs. But yeah,
That's one gig for every person you're playing against, plus 30 for the game. Mm-hmm. That's how that works.
Gnome Friend has just discovered that the bang next command doesn't update for there's an hour grace period before it ticks over, right?
Yeah, or depends on how soon the next thing is, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. It depends on how soon, how much it has built into it to take into account us being late, I guess. I don't know.
We were on time today.
It's not my thing. I didn't make the thing next. It's an hour.
It ticked over just
But
now.
it was both 59 minutes. Oh, weird. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Time to get
Anything
clams.
else? That's all you had in your.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I had in the document. We, things were a little light on the news this week. This week, I guess maybe because there's people are going to be like, oh, we're going to announce all this great stuff at E3. Oh, okay. We'll announce all this stuff at the Direct.
Yeah.
That'll be a thing.
Do it online. That'll be easier, actually.
So yeah, let's welcome some subs.
Just imagine having ultimate control over how you want your keynote to be delivered. That just seems like...
I mean, a lot of other companies do that already. So like,
Yeah.
or actually, before we welcome subs, let's talk about coming up. We got LRRMTG with, as the description says, Graham and or James and or Adam.
There's a lot of hedging our bets on some of these streams, it seems. But it's because it could work out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to be doing presumably Theros drafting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ranked Theros ranked draft goes away again tomorrow, so probably that.
And then some
Oh right,
PUBG.
James has to. We have to do the last one of the monocolor challenge, and then I might draft properly.
Ouch.
How'd he do?
Black was good. White was okay. Blue was no bueno. Red was our most successful, and we haven't done green, as I think
Okay.
how it's going so far. Anyway,
Time to make some big creatures.
And then then tonight we have the triumphant return of Gloomhaven.
yeah.
Yes.
Been off for a couple weeks, both due to illness and also due to PAX. But
The last gaming conference ever held.
we're back.
And I was there.
And if you saw the painting stream on Monday, not only will the Gloomhaven team be back, but their characters will be all nice and beautiful
In glorious Technicolor.
for better to be smashing of the bad guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be the third session of Gloomhaven, and that should be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow we have Friday Night Paper Fight, where we're going to be doing a chaos draft.
Yeah.
And I don't even actually. I'm from what I understand, the packs have been showed. They're in a.
I believe someone
Someone
sent
sent
us
us a
an
pack?
entire chaos draft.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered which one this was. Ooh, this is very exciting, actually.
Is it the one that I repackaged into that coffee
Yes.
box? Okay. Yeah.
I should probably know what those cards. I should
I
probably
believe
go and
it-
look at what those
I-
cards are.
I believe it contains one booster from every Masters set.
hard value.
I believe.
I see.
I believe. If
Sounds
it's the
like
one
fun.
I'm thinking of. Very spicy.
Yeah, very very spicy. And then on Sunday So nothing on Saturday. On Sunday, we've got Rhythm Cafe, where they're going to be playing a game that I don't know what it is. Something about
Revenant Romance.
Revenant Romance.
Sure.
What they're going to be playing.
There's an actual name for it.
Symphonic Rain.
Thank you.
Symphonic Rain.
can
That
see
was
how
not
I-
even close.
See how I got them confused.
Song Snow.
Mm-hmm.
Symphonic Rain. And then on Monday, it is going to be the continuation of. Oh, no. On
Monday morning.
On Monday morning, it is going to be
Play It Forward.
Play It Forward.
I'm so excited.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
yes.
ever since we started when we started Play It Forward, we were deep in Road Quest stuff, and this is the first time that there's been an empty slot in the Play It Forward thing since Road Quest's been over, and Graham has been wanting to do this for Play It Forward for a long time.
Basically, since I was like, this is what I want to do when I get my Play It Forward.
Have you
slot,
announced
so.
what game you're playing?
Yes, I did it on Twitter the other day. Yes,
Ah.
I did I did a video about it where I went to my bookshelf and pulled out the old strategy guide.
Nice.
And don't think I ain't gonna use it.
You know what I like about this whole conversation? You still haven't mentioned what game
I know
it is.
it's Final Fantasy VII, the original,
Yeah.
the original Final Fantasy VII.
For the PlayStation.
Yes,
4 discs.
though 3 discs.
3 discs.
Yeah, the Japanese release of the international edition had 4 discs because there was a bonus disc.
Ah.
I've been researching. I'll go into this all on the stream on Monday, but I am going to be playing actually the PC version.
For reasons, and you'll tell them why.
Yeah, just mostly for ease, and also because it's funny. The field graphics look the way you remember rather than the way they actually are, which is very low res. But yeah.
So they actually because I guess even like the 3D stuff, even if the textures aren't higher resolution, at least the actual 3D models will be higher resolution.
The original
rendered at higher resolution.
I'll link a video about this. It's fascinating that breaks down the versions. But basically, the original PS1 version uses dithering and stuff to get better shading out of the minimal graphics resolution it has, and that looks great on a CRT.
Right.
And does not look good
little
on
chunky.
Yeah. So
I was watching a little bit of the
also the loading times are not great. So
I was watching a little bit of the Silent Hill 2 that Adam and Ben have been playing, and it's a little chunky, also very, very rusty. But that's not because it was on the PlayStation. That's just because the game is very rusty. Yeah. It is just a tetanus shot waiting to happen, that game.
Yeah. Anyway, I was excited to play it, and a lot of people have said that they're excited to watch me play it, which is only making me more excited. So looking forward to that. And then on Sunday evening is episode 4 of Heat Death.
Yes.
Which has been very well received, and we're excited about it. So
also to be clear, even though lots of people have been talking about it and stuff, this is OG Final Fantasy VII. The new Final Fantasy VII remake hasn't come out yet.
Yeah. Oh no, are we getting
Did Ben just finish his Centurion?
There's no way he's only been live for an hour.
Yeah, he had 100 minutes. There's a raid happening though.
Apparently,
is he?
He tapped out. Oh,
that's what I thought. At 43.
That's what happens when you get old.
He was talking a big game about this whole Nuggy Centurion. He's been talking a big game about the Nuggy Centurion for a year.
Ben,
Yeah.
I care about you because you are my friend, and I'm glad that you have. Okay, there's the official raid. All right,
Yeah.
Ben.
As your friend.
As your friend, I am glad that you discovered your limit, and you decided to stop before it became astronomically unhealthy.
Yeah.
As your friend, I'm glad that you stopped when you did. As a person who enjoys watching somebody else eat too many nuggies, I'm a little disappointed. But
did you have all 100? Do you just have?
He would have.
Do you have 57 nuggies at your house now?
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
I mean,
I haven't had lunch.
I'm serious. Bring some over.
Yeah. Well,
He sure does.
43 is a respectable. I feel like if you just go by how many cubic inches of nugget that is.
Yeah.
So
That's
much
just
nugget.
a lot. That's just a lot of nugget.
What's funny is that the rumor I had heard we're doing all this free press for Ben all of a sudden. The rumor I had heard
I
was
heard someone audibly sigh from the McDonald's kitchen as I placed this order.
not a fucking another one. It's like shit, the coronavirus is coming. Might as well off myself by nugget. My understanding was that rather than get McDonald's nuggets, he was going to get the equivalent amount of chicken and breading in like by weight, and just do it himself. Basically, like do the whole thing and then put them in the oven to like bake. And
That sounds like a lot of cheating.
It would be an awful lot of
That goes against the spirit of the Nugget Centurion, I feel.
If you made 100 nuggets, then
and
it's
Ben's
like
not a coward.
no, that's definitely not
makes
true.
bad decisions.
Yes.
Again, I love you and you're my friend, and I'm glad that you stopped at 43.
I think he's probably just too worn out.
He's probably
to
not even watching.
Yeah, he can't even type into chat
No.
at this point. He's probably having a lie down.
Oh, perfect. That means we can just dunk on him freely.
Yeah, like a nugget into sweet and sour.
Surely he didn't. How much sauce did he? He's on the toilet.
Yeah.
How much sauce do you think he had? Because you need it for the lubrication, but not like the.
See, and that's the thing. Do you buy individual? Like, do you say give me like one of everything or two of everything? Because you
had
need
a
to
lot
have
of
that.
sauce. Oh, that's a mistake.
Or do you just like get yourself a bottle of honey musty and just go and just like make a trough and just start?
Right.
Yeah.
You never got to the point of counting back down. Oh, that's one of Cam's favorite bits from Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, what's that?
It's the marshmallow eating contest, right?
Oh.
52, 53, 54, 53, 52, 53. Yeah. I don't know exactly what the numbers were,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh, it's Peeps. Well, whatever. That's
Peeps,
fine.
sure.
I don't. Somebody had said he was the McDonald's smell that made him tap out, and I'm like, I'm inclined to believe. I don't know if
I
that's true,
believe that.
but I believe it. Yeah.
See, the real danger.
He was drinking milk.
I don't believe you, Mecha Kuga.
No, I don't believe that at all.
The real danger is ruining nuggies for yourself.
Yeah.
That could be that's a real danger.
Oh, thank Christ! No, he drank water in sips. He did it. That's good. Okay.
All right.
I'm not going to go rescue him. He knows what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an adult, ostensibly.
He has the little fob we've given him that if he's in trouble, he can just click it and we'll come running. But if he hasn't clicked it yet, I'm not gonna fucking show up at his door.
The beige alert fog.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Help, I nuggied and I can't get up.
Yeah.
All right.
Bet he wishes he had a bidet. Full circle.
Wow. That's a little joke for the people who've been in the stream the whole time.
Yep.
Speaking of which, let's welcome some subs.
Let's do this. Starting with this person. G7891 for 35 months. Thank you very much.
Space Battery for 4 months. Welcome back.
And welcome back, H-Bomb and Friends, who's been here for 37 months in a row.
NQBW
Smart, yeah.
for 21 months.
Brie and bacon. That sounds delicious. For
does,
9 months.
yeah.
So decadent.
Sub baby, welcome back.
It's like, I don't even know what the brie and bacon is on, but whatever it is, it just became like 10 times more decadent.
Bacon wrapped brie.
Yeah.
Were we supposed to high five there too?
I probably shouldn't.
Commander Nuffin has been here 8 months. Welcome back.
Tokushina Ruta for 75 months. Woo! That 3/4 of a year.
Ogion the Silent for 13 months. Welcome back.
Aslan 121 returns for 17 months. Welcome back.
Thank you, the Warbo.
State of Comatose for 21 months.
That's what Ben is experiencing
Yeah.
right now. Jackal Girl, 7 months. Welcome back.
Canvas Wolf Doll returns for 39 months. Welcome back.
Comlin for 4 months.
Dumbo 3K for 27 months. Welcome back.
My favorite rapper, Dumbo 3000.
Right, yes.
Prince Nimzar returns for 25 months. Welcome back.
Dumbo 3030, way past the millennium.
Asharlon. Asharlon.
Yeah.
Asharlon 21. It's a new subscriber.
Man,
Welcome.
we should play Wrath of Ashardalon again. Status 42 for 20 months. Welcome back.
Elaro 56 for 31 months. Welcome back.
It's fine, Mecha Kuga, don't worry.
Wellbog for 26 months.
I was like, it's saying 30. Takosh. For 18 months. Welcome back.
And welcome back, Taichani, who's been here for 62 months. So many months. That's past 5 years.
Psychic Ketchup for 73 months.
That's what you have with 100 nuggets.
That's at a certain point, like
You have one, and then you see into your future, and you're like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it says like after like 30 nuggets or whatever, you pour the ketchup, and the ketchup just like won't come. It's just like the ketchup refuses to.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen your future, and you don't want this.
It is by the psychic ketchup that my thoughts acquire speed.
Mr. Bevers for 33 months. Welcome back.
Rena in the Rain for 22 months. Welcome back.
Wells 44. Wells 44
Wells.
for 47 months.
The Fail Howls. I saw your message. For 78 months. Welcome back. Thank you so much.
Toto got a gift from the Maricat. Welcome, Toto.
And your little dog too.
Could definitely let's talk sponsorships.
Mimic 325 for 41 months.
The Otter Holies. Yep. Who lies? The Otter Who Lies.
Okay.
I was reading
The otter with holies?
No, I was reading Lumberjanes and the kitten Holy, and that's for some reason that was in my head. Anyway, The Otter Who Lies for 2 months. Welcome back.
One otter always lies, one always tells the truth.
Yeah.
They're both incredibly cute.
Yeah.
The Maricat gifts Spice Nugget. You're going to have no idea why you got subbed to your Spice Nugget. Welcome.
Man, there are so many Dune-related
Subs last night?
Yeah, gifts last night. Yeah, there's
Graham versus Lack of Intercaps is my favorite rivalry. They keep winning. Who's
M.
this?
Collins 83 for 2 months.
And thank you for 219 bits from 321 Pants Off. And no. And H-Bomb and Friends. Oh, and there's another sub there from Frostonic for 20 months. Welcome back.
I am sorry that I missed all the Dune-related subs. I am not sorry I missed the game.
Oh,
I
another.
don't know if it's a game you would have liked. Turns out there's a lot of betrayal that happens in the world of Dune.
No shit.
Another 100 bits there from 321 Pants Off. Thank you.
Although
Life hack: if I donate more bits, you'll read my name again. Oh, they got it.
we were talking about our particular game of Dune was probably a little odd in the sense that I feel like the story of Dune would have been quite different if Atreides just hadn't shown up.
Who won? Please say Bene Gesserit.
No, it was I believe the alliance of was it the alliance of the Emperor and the Fremen that won?
It's suggested you don't play with the Bene Gesserit if you don't have all the players.
Ah, that makes sense.
It is suggested.
It is suggested.
But yeah, it was the Spacing Guild.
Emperor and the Spacing Guild?
Right, the Emperor and the Spacing Guild. Right.
That would have happened.
Yeah, it was like yes, status quo basically wins. The Emperor and the Spacing Guild won. Ben and Corey.
Damn.
Yeah,
Nice.
they allied and they won.
Combo win.
So, thanks everybody for watching.
Come back in
just under an
a
hour.
little under an hour for some Magic the Gathering. More like 40 minutes for some Magic the Gathering.
And then tonight for Gloomhaven.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna eat some soup.